When you're using manual lancets like shown here and like recommended, it's best practice you would have a sharp container to put in your used lancets. You can just order them online for a couple of bucks. It's not a big deal, and they are large enough to store, I would argue, lancets for a lifetime. If you're using handheld lactate meter like the Lactate Plus from Novo shown here, then you want to grab one of the strips and insert it with the sensor end, not the end that takes actually the blood sample. Okay, and in most of the meters, like here in the Lactate Plus, it will just turn on the device and it will be ready to take the blood sample. Now, taking the lactate sample, the first thing that you need to do is you need to clean the earlobe. The earlobe needs to be dry, for example, when you do tests in swimming, but especially it needs to be dry from sweat. So you first need to clean it again. You don't need alcohol swabs for that. Normal cotton swabs will do, okay? But it needs to be dry and clean. And you need to make sure that there's no, dried blood on the earlobe or other old blood that could, actually clog your sensor. Okay, now in order to take the lactate samples, you do what we just explained with pricking the ear. You form the triangle, thumbs and pointer finger on the one hand and pointer finger or middle finger of the other hand. What is important and really helpful is to have your hand rest on the subject, on the shoulder, wherever, to improve stability holding the lactate meter, right? When I try to hold it free, it's much more difficult to keep it stable. So I really want to lean onto the subject here in order to stabilize. Then form the triangle, squeeze a little bit, get the blood drop release, and then take all the time that you need to get the blood onto the strip without touching the skin.